Hello everyone, hope you are well on this Wednesday afternoon. I would be extra careful the next few days through the rest of this week into the weekend, most likely. I think you know why. I'm going to go into that here in a minute. Also have two good passages, two good verses I'm going to share with you. I couldn't decide between which verse to do, so I decided to do both of them. So stay tuned for that. I believe you will enjoy them. But first, real quick, I know my last video, yesterday's video, I was talking about getting out of the large cities. Some people didn't like that so much, which I expect. Okay, I get it. It's okay. It's okay. All right. And I believe I even said after in my video yesterday that everybody's situation is different. We can't always just pick up and go whenever we want, or if ever. I mean, I know, like I said, everybody's different. I know Mrs. Dawg and I, we would love to be in East Tennessee, but we cannot do that right now for various reasons. That is our goal. We may get there, we may not. But right now we're not in a bad spot. Actually, we're not in a large city. We're in an outer suburb, semi-rural, but outer suburb of Atlanta. And Atlanta just keeps taking over and sprawling. So we see it coming like a train. So we're fine now, but we see it coming. So we're making plans. But so we know the struggle is real. All right. Okay. I would be extra careful. Let's amp up our situational awareness. Let's raise the antenna as far as it'll go, especially the next couple of days, because I believe they're going to come to a verdict in this Trump trial. If not tomorrow, Thursday, it'll be either Thursday or Friday. Tomorrow or Friday. That's my prediction. I could be totally off, of course, but I was checking before I started recording that they deliberated some. The jury deliberated some this afternoon, and they said that they're not gonna make a decision today. I know other YouTubers are talking about this. I get it. Somebody's gonna comment and say, "Well, so and so talked about this." I'm like, okay, that's what we do. Anyway, I believe civil unrest is likely, regardless of the decision that comes out from that jury. That's why I think we need to be extra aware now, especially if you're in a large, densely populated area. All right. Even if you're not, let's keep extra aware. But if you are in a densely populated area, especially a blue area, many of us live, we live in blue areas or work in those areas. I work in a heavily blue area. Okay. You can't get much more blue than Athens, Georgia, y'all. Now, once you get out of Athens proper, it turns red pretty quick. But when you're in there, my friend, brothers and sisters, it's a different story now. It's a different story. So, but I work in it every day. So, all right. But I believe, regardless of the verdict, like I said, I think we need to, a couple of things. I think we need to, I would try, if at all possible, avoid large crowds, large gatherings. Be ready with your self-protection. Now, that can look different for different folks. But have something, okay? It might not be a bad idea to go gray man, gray woman. Gray mode. Now, what does that mean? Many of you may know that, but it means being the gray man or the gray woman, blending in, not calling attention to yourself. Keep it moving. Move with a purpose. Pay attention, but don't look scared or paranoid. Don't stand out. It's time to leave the flashy jewelry at home. If you have that, if you have an older clunker car, a beater car, your car or truck that's kind of grayish in color, it's got a few dents in it, the lesser of the vehicles, give that some driving the next few days. It's not the time to drive the if you've got a restored 78, 77, I don't know, 78 Camaro Trans Am that looks like the one from Smokey and the Bandit, I wouldn't be driving that one. I'd leave it in the garage or the carport somewhere until next week, maybe. All right? But you get my point. If there's a not guilty verdict, I think the anger will spill out on the people. I really do. It very well could, at least in some places, because even if, especially if you are perceived as a supporter of Mr. T, the former or President Trump, if convicted, we could still see that anger spill in the streets. We could see anger spill in the streets from either side or both sides if he is convicted. If that makes sense. Think about this. If they can do this to Trump, what can they do to you? What can they do to me? What was it? A supporter was one of Stalin's people back in the day, back in World War II, had that saying, "Show me the man and I will find the crime." Show me the man and I will find the crime. In my humble opinion, this is what is happening here in this situation. Love or hate Trump, love him or hate him, if you look at this objectively, this is what's happening. They're trying to eliminate a political opponent who threatens their power. That is my opinion. That's what we're seeing. Straight up. If he's able to escape this and walk away scot-free, which is possible, you know, he needs to have some extra folks around him or something. Maybe one person that's dedicated to looking under the vehicle every time before he gets in it. Do a once or double over, triple check that airplane before it takes off. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But think about it. Trump today, you tomorrow. Effectively. That's what we're dealing with here, y'all. No matter the verdict at this point, it's come this far. We are over the line. This is what it's transforming into. It's scary. It's a shame. It's sad. It's really sad, actually. I never thought I would live long enough to see something like this. This is the kind of stuff you read about in books from past fallen empires. Preparedness. Spiritual is number one, of course. Because this is a spiritual battle. To the max, man. This is a spiritual battle if there ever was one. Protection, self-protection, protection of your family, your home, away from home as well. Are you prepared to hunker down in place or at home for a few weeks? 1 week, 2 weeks, longer. I know many of you are. Are you prepared to be able to hunker down to where you don't have to get out and gas up the vehicle? You've got the milk. You don't need to go out and grab something that's essential. Think about that. If you're not, I'd go get it, if at all possible. Think about how you can blend in. This wouldn't be the time to join in. Now, I know some people might want to do that, but to join in either side in the fray. But personally, I would avoid. Blend in, go gray. How can you blend in better? Not flashy, like I said. It's not the time to call attention to yourself. Like I said a while ago, move with a purpose, but don't look scared. Walk with a purpose, but don't look scared. Look confident. Exude confidence, but not to a point to where you stand out, if that makes sense. Okay? I'm going to go to the passages, but I think we need to really pay attention to what's going on because it's crunch time on this thing, this little nugget. All right. And I believe we're going to see some action. I think we're going to see some reaction, like I said, either way. I really do, y'all. I mean, I hope it's peaceful, but I got my doubts on that one. First one I'm going to do is from Psalm chapter 119, verse 105 says, "Your word is a lamp for my feet and a light on my path." Jesus is the light of the world. He lights up our path. We can't see the whole path. We can't see the whole plan, but we can see enough to follow him and trust him. That's what we need to be doing. Be his hands and his feet. That's what we're called to do. And the other one is from 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 13 says, and listen to this, it says, "Be alert, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong, do everything in love. Be wise as serpents." What is that? What is that one verse? I don't have it handy. Be wise as serpents, and I can't remember the rest of it. Somebody will finish it for me. No, wise as serpents, and calm as a dove, or peaceful as a dove, something like that. I think I have most of it. Anyway, but again, be alert, stand firm in the faith, be courageous. Do not be afraid. If you feel afraid, don't look afraid. Be strong. Do everything in love. We can do all those at the same time. We really can. All right. Share your thoughts. I hope that's helpful. I hope that made sense. Share your thoughts on what you think is going to happen. Any tips that you may have that I haven't mentioned. I'm sure I've left out good stuff. So share them. Feel free to. Let's be, like I said, let's be on guard, but don't be paralyzed and not be able to move. Still do our things, right? Still go about our days, make your plans and do them. All right. Again, let's be careful out there. Stay close to Jesus. God bless you. I'll see you soon.